What's at YouTube? And welcome to the house. So, I feel like if there were more than just a few Gladiator Beast cards released, period, there was going to be a slew of buyouts, and that's exactly what happened, and they've already started to peel back in price. For example, for the first edition Gladiator Beast Heraclinos, we see quickly, Epic Cards in Game, actually, North Texas best card shop, they've been quickly listing variants such as German and Italian at $45 for their first editions, and then we see $50 first edition as well. They've been coming back, clearing the market, because just a bit ago, the lowest one was $150, as if we've gone back to 2007 and we need our Heraclinoses to play like they were going to go up to 300 or something. I don't think Gladiator Beast are going to reach the new age. I read through the new cards, and they don't fix the problems Gladiator Beast have. I think they needed text like, if this card was summoned by a Gladiator Beast card, not monster. And they needed a little more oomph to the engine. It's a really nice update for the Gladiator Beast. But I do not think they will be meta. I do not think these buyouts will hold out. I think people will try to re-wave this buyout as we get close to the actual release or on the actual release of the Gladiator Beast. But until then, I think it's cool down city unless we get some broken announcement past what they've revealed. I don't know how many more new Gladiator Beast cards they could be throwing on this pile, but I don't think it brings it into the new age. I think it's broken for like 2010. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think it actually does bring it to the meta? And if so, please defend why. It's okay to have an open conversation here. But the meme, 6'9" for the Super Bestiaries. That's a classic from Champion Pack 7. Always held around, like, I feel like 30. Yeah, market price 32. And the secret rare up here too. Let's check in on the cheapest ultimate during this fallout. 67. So almost near the meme, and not really many past that, but I don't think the sales rates are going to be great on any of these buyouts. But if you're looking for something that's still cheap, there's the Battle Pack prize cards that exist. I always love bringing these up because it's just interesting that there are prize cards for locals. I'd love to see this on the regional scene someday. It does prove that Konami can print individualized cards for stuff like regionals if they ever wanted to. $18, $19, $18, $19. People aren't touching it at this price. You saw other buyouts go towards $30 from Battle Pack very recently. In terms of their prize cards, it's just completely interesting to me how, the fallout of these buyouts will go and the sales rates will be. Now, usually I get to tell you, I told you so with Market Watch, but I also take my own L's here. So I told you guys Tsukiyomi would fall back towards 25 eventually, right? Market price 33, it stayed above that. And now we get a re-waved buyout, lowest R70. The lowest was 200 just a bit ago. This is a pretty fresh buyout. We'll see where they fall from here. I almost think they'll hold above 50 this time. It's pretty crazy how GOAT format buyouts go. But look at these quantities of people waiting. We've got even a second page, to come up here of just people demanding ridiculous, exorbitant prices so that it can never truly get bought out again. This is insane to me, but it is the modern age. It's from astropack 1, though, that those number 1 sets tend to have cards that stay up there and do well. And GOAT format players, of course, want to be blinging out their deck, and this is as blinged out as it gets for the modern age of newer GOAT releases. So I just think it'll fall back towards 50 personally before it gets bought out again, and that's a big money buyout if people go for it at 50, but yeah, it's got me scratching my head a little. Like, I thought the quantities would still be too high, but how many years has it been since Astral Pack 1? How thirsty are GOAT players? How, investors decide to throw their money at the market during the off season gets pretty crazy at times. Speaking of ridiculous buyouts, I was just looking through the Madolches again to see if they'd fallen, and instead there's another Madolche buyout with the Tiramisu Ultimate Rare, now towards $30, market price 18, and we see over here not a single near mint on eBay, just completely cleared and wiped out over on eBay. Oh, man. I think Madolches are cool. I think they're good. I don't think they're going to be taking over, but they were completely missed in Battles of Legend Heroes Revenge. They didn't get any slots there for reprints. A big missed opportunity, as many put it, along with, Heroes Revenge. Oh no, we're not going to reprint Arneos. Surprisingly, it's down in price from when we last showed it on Market Watch. It's cooled off, but there is a thing, yeah, cooled off. Look at the price. 106 for an ulti, $50 for a first ed ultra near mint. That's cooling off from where we last showed it. And prices are a little down because people did maybe think it was going to get reprinted. But something very interesting I saw on the Facebook groups where somebody was looking desperately for a first edition Ultimate Rare Arneos for like $260 freaking dollars. Made me look in my closet to see if I had one, and I only had a Ultra Rare. $250 for a near mint unlimited. This guy was offering $260 for a first ed if anyone could come forward with one. Lowest one is $330 over here, and if we go ultimate first, you just can't find, you can have the money and you can't find reasonable people with a first edition. Someone who would just let it go at $260. No, doesn't exist currently. You can have appropriate money and you can't get this card. That's actually insane, and just shows how the collector's market goes sometimes, that you can, here's my cash, and not get the card you want. It's insane. You would have to bump up to $330 to get this claimed near mint one. It's insanity to me. Speaking of the meta still falling, I almost just want to show Phantasm A almost every single Market Watch, I feel like, to keep showing its history of ticking down during this off-season. Under $80 once again. And we see it's much cheaper than eBay. So if you're shopping TCG player, please use my link down below in the description. It costs you nothing and supports the channel. But seriously, I think this will be falling further, so I would wait off on it. How far it will fall, I don't know. I don't think it'll be a repeat of Ash Blossom. One comment did point out, with Ash Blossom, there was the fear of getting hit like the OCG, and of course, fear of reprints, which did happen with Kaiba's collection till it got shorted in there. But with Phantasm A, I do think we will see it slowly fall down during the offseason. I personally think its bottom out would be 65, but I could be completely wrong. Do you guys see it going further down than this? Because we know Savage Strike doesn't have any announced reprints thus far. Some people theorying that this will be the final reveal for Dude. I think they've led with their stronger foot forward with Dual Devastator, but again, we've seen them, last minute Ash Blossom Legendary Collection Kaiba. Who knows what they'll be doing to sell that $40 MSRP set. I wanted to kind of take a peek in, speaking of, how I talked about Heraclinos and that secret versus ulti. Cards in history hold different kinds of values, and it's very interesting to me. To go back and buy fully hollowed out past format decks, there's almost no better time for some of the newer ones. But I wanted to start with Dark Arm Dragon. We see the first eds holding in around 110, almost reaching back to, their 160, 180 on release. It's starting to get back up there. Very interesting to me. And lowest near mint over here is 120 on eBay, so a little cheaper on TCG Player. But the ultimate rares reach up 108 cheapest, and then 110 cheapest for an Italian, and then we have the 118. Very similar. Dark Arm, the secret is as revered as its ultimate rare. But then we look at other iconic cards. Tour Guide's very different. These newer cards are very different. We look at the ultimate rare here, 76 cheapest on TCG versus unlimited 20, but even first ed 20 and then 25. Yes, it's not a playset or anything, but people are much more willing to get rid of such an iconic card for so much cheaper for its secret rare version. Megalo, its most expensive variant, is its secret rare right now, and we've, finally got its new ones. There's another $16 on the pass page, and then 16 here, and then 17. You can get a playset for under $60 now of first ed Megalos. Rescue Rabbit, surprisingly, has only fallen over time. It used to be 18 to 20 for the first edition, $14. And we see over on eBay, similarly, $14. I think the collector's market is missing a very big thing here that will go back up over time, and that's past formats, and very iconic cards of those past formats I think will go up over time. We've seen Tour Guide get bought out multiple times, though, and fall back down. There's a huge difference in ultimate rares and limited packs that are going to get bought out time and time over again, see their way into metas time and time again, versus these secret rares. It is very interesting to see this difference, though. Like, just a card fall over time that has potential in the future for link summoning. We proved with Venus that, vanillas can exist if there's a good enough reason for them to be played within link summoning eras. Rescue Rabbit, though, is a collectible on top of it. It's Dino Rabbit format, very revered. People still like to play their Mermail decks fully hollowed out today. Tour Guide ends up in the metagame, but what's the difference between these cards and their ultimate rares versus something like the all-iconic Dark Armed? And why do you think it is that Heraklinos' secret actually ends up falling so much faster than its ultimate rare? Is it just pure out there quantity despite how old Gladiator's Assault 2007 is? Or is it something with the collector's market that just says ultimate rare is it? Because Japan doesn't care about their ultimate rares. You can go get ultimate rares of certain cards for under $1 that people would die for over here. Yet we see this market and the ultimate rare gets held in revere too on even a card like that, and much higher than on a card like Tour Guide. I want to hear your thoughts on it, and also, just a note, again, this is the perfect time. It's the off season. It's a chill time. If you're trying to go ahead and make past format decks, and you're one of those people who need to fully hollow them out, it's an amazing time to do so, it feels like. But again, let me know what you guys think. I feel like these are stable. They're not going to go down, but you never want an investment that doesn't appreciate. I think they have the ceiling to appreciate and also be played at home for your enjoyment. So you get both time and money out of these. I think they're amazing investments, but that's just my take on it. What is yours? Thank you so much for watching today's Market Watch. Let me know what you think about everything happening, all these insane and crazy buyouts, and let me know what you think about the collector's market and how it's shaping up as well. And of course, the metagame just taking its off season. The show is over. Herman's going to Worlds. I'm very happy about that one. Oh man, Zodiac champion Herman, brother. I'm so happy. Enjoy your time at Worlds, man. Oh, it's a good day when you see a bunch of friendos going.